Anime powers come in all shapes and forms, and we all know that Battle Shonen as a whole thrives on power systems. At the very core, we've got the basics. Fists flying, fireballs blazing, water splashing, lightning buzzing, and of course, there's wind. Straightforward tools of destruction. But the moment anime dares to move past the basics, that's when things get interesting. We get to see clever twists in character abilities. And that begs the question, what makes an ability truly fascinating? Because not every flashy power sticks with us. The best ones live in that sweet spot. Not too simple that they're boring, and not so godlike that they're untouchable. Instead, they sit in the middle. Versatile, creative, limited just enough to demand imagination. So today, we're stepping into that space, celebrating the clever, the strange, and the awe-inspiring. This is our countdown of the top 10 most unique and intriguing abilities in anime. But before we get into the good stuff, just a quick one. We checked our analytics and found out that only 2.8% of y'all are subscribed to the channel. That's actually nuts. You can help us up the percentage by hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. It'll help a great deal. Let's dive in, starting with number 10. At number 10, we have Macbeth's Reflector from the Fairy Tail anime. It's one of those powers that looks simple at first, but the more you think about it, the scarier it gets. Instead of blasting enemies with raw force, he bends reality around him. Magic spells get twisted and sent right back. Swords, buildings, even the ground itself can warp like rubber in his hands. Straight shots become curves, wide beams get folded in half, and suddenly, the attacker is fighting their own move. What makes it interesting is that it's not limitless. He needs to see what he's reflecting, and it doesn't work directly on living bodies. But that's the genius of it. He doesn't need to hit you. He just makes the whole world around you hit back. In a show full of huge explosions, Reflector stands out because it turns defense into one of the deadliest offenses.
At number 9 is Chisaki Kai, the man popularly known as Overhaul from My Hero Academia. His quirk isn't flashy fire or lightning, it's something much colder. Absolute control over matter at the cellular level. With a single touch, he can disassemble anything. Bodies, walls, weapons, he can meld them back together however he pleases. To overhaul the human form is nothing but clay, the battlefield nothing but pieces on his board. He could erase a limb, then rebuild it. Tear a man apart, then revive him in an instant. Fuse with his subordinates, becoming monstrous hybrids of flesh and hate. His power is terrifying because it gives him godlike choice in every moment.
お前たちを使ってみせよう。そして俺が次の支配者になる。私たちの居場所は私たちが決める！
While Overhaul's power is brutal reconstruction, there's a certain surgeon whose blade is all about precision.
Yes. Yes, sir! Time for the Surgeon of Death himself. It's Trafalgar Law's room ability from One Piece. And his devil fruit is basically a cheat code. This giant invisible bubble pops up within a certain radius, and now my guy owns reality inside it. He can pluck out your heart and keep it in a little cube like a spare key. Body parts, he'll swap them around like puzzle pieces, and somehow you're still alive. The Opi Hopi no Mi is the ultimate surgeon's toolkit, but it's also one of the most busted devil fruits in One Piece. Teleports? Check. Spatial manipulation? Check. Oh, and let's not forget, this fruit holds the mythical immortality surgery, where Law could literally grant someone eternal life. At the cost of his own, though. It's versatile, it's broken, and it's stylish. While most fighters are throwing hands, Law is running the operating table mid-battle. And honestly, that's a peak ability to have.
But not every power needs a scalpel or even a blade. Some don't demand hands at all. Just words will suffice. And words, when wielded as weapons, are far more dangerous than steel. Kotoha's ability is the kind of power that strips away the illusion of limits. She does not need steel, nor seals, nor artifacts to channel her will. She only needs a voice, a single command, and the world bend to her will. Such power is as terrifying as it is captivating. Railgun and a weapon appears, nuke and it manifests. But what makes word magic so intriguing is its restraint. Kotoha cannot speak infinity into her hands. Her power is tethered by her own focus, imagination, and endurance. Push too far and her voice betrays her. Lose concentration and the spell unravels. Yet within those limits lies the brilliance of the ability. Word magic, then, is not just raw power, it's an art form. To bend the very fabric of existence with mere words, it's both beautiful and terrifying. In her presence, silence is safety, because every word carries weight and every syllable can kill.
But what if you didn't need words at all? What if every single thing in existence already spoke a language? The language of math and movement? That's where Accelerator's vector control from a certain magical index shows up. Bullets? Nah, he just flips their trajectory. Punches? They bounce right back at you. Gravity, sound, even the flow of blood in your body.
Let's return to our little match. Right now, the vector I'm in contact with is the heat from your blood. Use your imagination for me. What do you suppose would happen if I reversed your blood flow? Answer the question correctly, and then you can rest. In pieces.
If it moves, he can control it. And the scary part? He doesn't even need to try most of the time. His ability's on autopilot. So unless you've got some next level hacks, touching him is basically impossible. The only thing that keeps him from being untouchable god tier is the limit of his brain. He's so powerful, he has to calculate everything at insane speed, which is why when that calculation is disrupted, it's the one crack in his armor. But his ability is absolutely busted. The dude kinda acts like he's always on something. And that, my friends, is why you never want to be on his bad side. What as busted as that is, there's one power you can't math your way around. The one thing no calculation, no strategy, no counter can ever stop. Time itself.
What is that?
Everything around me ages and dies. Respira.
And that inevitability belongs to our number 5 spot, Baragan Luzenbahn, king of Weko Mundo from Bleach. His power is not speed nor strength, it's the clutch of death itself. His power is more absolute, more certain. Respira, the black mist that rots all it touches. Time itself bends to him. Corroding matter. Crumbling weapons. Withering flesh to bone. Against him, even the strongest attacks collapse into dust. Because nothing escapes the slow hand of age. What makes Respira so terrifying is its inevitability. Speed cannot outrun it. Strength cannot resist it. And defense only buys moments before erosion claims all. The arrogance of kings suits him, because to stand before him is to confront the one truth all beings share. Everything fades and time devours all.
Man, Bargain's Respira is straight up unfair. Dude literally weaponized time. But if time itself can be turned against you, what about space?
カムイ無意味だ圧倒座集中天三一戦
What if every attack, every explosion, every blade just passed right through? Yeah, that's the nightmare Obito Uchiha brought to the battlefield with Kamui. At number 4, we have one of the most busted abilities in Naruto, Obito's Kamui. Imagine throwing everything you've got at someone, fireballs, and all forms of jutsu all just phase through. That's Kamui for you. With a blink, Obito slips parts of his body into another dimension, making him completely untouchable. But that's only half the madness. He can also drag anything he wants into that other dimension. Enemies, weapons, whole explosions, gone in an instant. And when he combines intangibility with teleportation, it becomes the ultimate ambush tool. You think you've got him pinned? Nah, he's already behind you. And you didn't even see him move. FaceTime hacks at its finest. It turned Obito into a one-man army and made every fight against him feel like it was pointless. And the scariest part? He barely even looked stressed while doing it.
Obito twisted space into a shield, vanishing between dimensions to render himself untouchable. But even he relied on a world that allowed contact, on moments where timing and distance could betray him. There is another, however, a man who does not vanish but instead bends reality so that nothing ever reaches him at all. Not through escape, but through infinity.
한조
Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, wielder of the Six Eyes. To call him strong would be an insult. His existence is a paradox. The Six Eyes grant him perception so precise, so absolute that the world slows to a crawl beneath his gaze. He sees everything, cursed energy, movement, even the smallest shifts in an opponent's flow. But perception is only half his terror. The other half is infinity. Gojo does not dodge. He does not deflect. He simply makes the distance between himself and the world stretch into infinity. To touch him is to step into a paradox. Your strike moves forever closer. But it never arrives. Attacks dissolve before they can land. To the untrained eye, it looks like untouchability. Yes, in truth, it is a concept so broken. It is so overwhelming that even explaining it strains logic. Gojo is so overpowered, so far beyond his peers, that words like strongest don't even feel adequate. He isn't a wall to overcome, he is the end of the conversation.
Gojo's so broken they had to, let's just say the plot found a very sudden way to remind us he's not untouchable forever. But if we're talking about breaking systems, there's one ability that really stretches the rules and doubles down by laughing at them. Enter Monkey D. Luffy and the ridiculous freedom of the Hito Hito no Mi, model Nika from One Piece. Okay, so most devil fruits are pretty straightforward. We've got fire, ice, sand, magma, but you just know the main character has to have an OP devil fruit. You know what, scratch that. He got handed the ultimate troll fruit. Because even on Luffy's devil fruit, on paper, simply just makes him a rubber man. The script is completely flipped, and Luffy literally breaks the fourth wall and turns his anime into a Looney Tunes cartoon. The environment itself bends to his imagination. He can grab lightning, inflate into a giant, or turn the battlefield into his personal cartoon strip. When this power is activated, logic in its entirety takes a break. And that's what makes it so terrifying. The more ridiculous Luffy gets, the scarier the fight becomes. And when the world government fears laughter more than destruction, you know this fruit is super legendary.
There exists another who decides reality rather than play with it. A power that does not ask what could be, but dictates what will be. Yhwach, the progenitor of the Quincy, the one who stands above all. His ability, the Almighty, is not strength, nor speed, nor destruction. He rewrites with eyes that pierce every possible future rather than predicting. Strike at him and he has already seen it. Kill him and he has already undone it. Every blade, every technique, every desperate gambit, it's all useless. He sees it, dodges it, undoes it. It crumbles because he has walked through the endings and chosen the one that serves him best. Against the Almighty, your victory is not improbable, it is impossible. Overwhelming force can be resisted. Clever tricks can be outmaneuvered. In the hierarchy of power, the Almighty sits at the throne, not because it strikes the hardest, but because it leaves no other conclusion. Against Yhwach, there is no path forward but the one he allows. It's not just invincibility, it's control over every outcome. Yhwach dictates the narrative, and you're just a pawn in his game. Some powers make us cheer, some make us laugh, and some leave us uneasy with how absolute they feel. But all of them prove one truth. In anime, creativity truly is the most powerful weapon.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And that, my friends, wraps up our list of the top 10 most unique and intriguing abilities in anime. Which one impressed you the most? Which one would you want in your back pocket? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. We want to hear your take. And hey, if you enjoyed the ride, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around for our next deep dive. Ghost, any closing words?
Nothing in particular. Except perhaps to congratulate you, Glint, for finally remembering to tell them to subscribe. A rare miracle indeed.
Go ahead and check out this next video right here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Glint out, baby, yeah!